nothing will actually break us down because we are back to do the Ghana Premier League, and it's the best league in the world, deserves the best coverage, and the Ghana Premier League is always live on TV3 and on Mia TV. This is the GPL build-up show here, where we're looking at what is happening with the teams and the last 5 games of the season. What could potentially happen? Where is the title tilting towards? Is it going to be Bieni or is it going to Takwa? We'll find out here on the show. The next couple of weeks are very crucial, especially for Bieni Gold Stars and Mediema, who are fighting head-to-head for the title. My name is Mutala Yakubu, and today I have a lineup of some of the best football analysts in the country when it comes to the Ghana Premier League. Resident analyst Mohamed Shaban is here, and he will be talking about the Black Galaxies as well, because a number of the local players have been assembled, and we are hearing that these are the boys that could do battle against Mexico in an international friendly. Also, Francis Aboibo Blackgates, who has an affiliation with Hoho United, who have pulled out of the Ghana Premier League this year, and my own sister Abigail Sena Sosu covers everything football, not just women's football. Good afternoon, lady and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Mutala.
I hope everything is fine.
Yes, right.
A lot to talk about, but first of all, let's talk about the Black Galaxies. And if we can have the team on our screens, the team that has been called by Kasi Mingo Kansi, who is the head coach of Suedru All Blacks. I know that a lot of players are from Mediema within this team. So for the goalkeeping department, as Shaban has projected on the screens, is Benjamin Asari, who is also the Black Stars #1, now part of the Black Galaxies. Emmanuel Kubi of Bibiani Gold Stars in there with Felix Shea of Mediema, and Solomon Agbasi of Heart of Folk. Then the defenders, that's where we have Ebenezer Adade of Dreams FC. Remember, Adomako, he's been one of the best right backs this season in the Ghana Premier League. He plays for Ediana FC with Suleimana Fatah of Mediema, also in there. Isaac Afo of FC Samatex with Patrick Asiedu of Asante Kotoko, and Razak Simpson of Nations FC in there. Ebenezer Aban, for a long while in Ghana, he has been one of the top most performers in the Ghana Premier League. He plays for Heart of Lions. Ali Mohammed, who joined Heart of Folk this season, has also been called up together with Alex Boache of Ediana and Kelvin Osei Asibe. Then we go to the midfield, where there's Seydou Sana of Ediana. Eche Dogli, for me, he has been the best player in the Ghana Premier League this season by far. He plays for Heart of Lions with Mohamed Alidu of Vision FC, Hubert Jehu of Asante Kotoko, Salim Adams, who scored about 10 goals in the Ghana Premier League, also being given a call-up with Surah Seydou, who is a rejuvenated Dreams FC in there with Meshak Sowa Ajete of Vision and Evans Sokai of New Edubiase. Then the forwards has Kelvin Nkrumah, who recently had a tryout with Hull City in England. Augustine Okra of Bechem United. Richmond Opoko of Young Apostles. Emmanuel Ano, he scored the only goal for Nations FC as they beat Ediana in the MTN FA Cup semi-final. Prince Chenebois, who plays for Baseke Holy Stars in there with Prince Owusu of Mediema. He has also been with the Black Stars in recent times with Samuel Atakumi, the leading goal scorer in the Ghana Premier League in there. Then the ever-present, the good old John Entry of Dreams FC in there with the Rudolph Mensah and, of course, Albert Amwa of Asante Kotoko, all in there. So these are the men that have been called up that may be doing battle for Ghana when we take on Mexico somewhere next month. Shaban, 32 players in the Black Galaxy camp. Do you think these are the best crop of players on the local scene at the moment?
Well, you know, people have their opinion. But before I look at this, last weekend, I missed the program because I was at Suedru for the other competitions. But then I want to say something to the family of Dominic Frimpong. I want to wish them well. I believe that God always has a reason for doing something. And so my condolences to the entire family. And I remember that Sunday, Muntala, we couldn't communicate, but as at around 11 p.m., I was following the incident, I was following the update. I was speaking to someone around Bibiani, and he kept updating me until the final message came in, and it was very painful. Since then, it's been very tough for all of us. But now, let's focus on the Black Galaxy squad. I've listened to a lot of people comment on other factors with regards to the team, but there's been additional beef up. Let me take you through. We have 3 more strikers joining the attackers, and striker from Port City, currently the top scorer of Zone 3, Kezi Kobla Jr., who has scored 14 goals this season, has been included in the squad. Then again, Zone 1, RTU striker, Wisdom Jonas Manyina, he scored 15 goals last season in the league. This season, he scored 12 goals for RTU. He has also been part of it. And then Abdul Majid from Atram Divisa has also been included in the squad. You look at the goalkeeping department, Elisha has been added to the squad. He plays for Wafa, and he's been one of the discoveries this season. But let's look at the goalkeeping department. Benjamin Asari, Yumano Kobi. Benjamin Asari's Heart of Folk have considered the least goals in the Ghana Premier League. Obviously, the best Ghana Black Stars #1. There have been comments that why is he part of the Black Stars and part of the Galaxies?
He's still a local player.
And he's still a local-based player. And so, no doubt about that. The local-based club or the local Black Stars is made up of the best on the scene. And if he's part of the best, there's no way you can reject him because he's part of the Black Stars. Kobe has shown consistency from his days at Bofo Akwatano, helping his side gain promotion to the Premier League in the 2023-24 season. His side were relegated that specific season, joined Gold Stars last season, won the league with Gold Stars. This season, among the top 5 shotstoppers, he's been an outstanding goalkeeper. You talk about Felix Che. His side is currently leading the league table, and he's played a crucial role in Mediama SC's success this season. Solomon Agbesi, in few matches, we've seen what he can do. And there are other people making comments that if he wants more playing time, he should be looking at elsewhere. But Heart of Folk also believes that they need 2 shotstoppers, 2 best shotstoppers to make progress as well. But then Elisha, I spoke about him. If you go to Division 1, Zone 3, you talk about Abdulaziz, Karim, Post City, Elijah is part of them. And then Agbosu of Sempefi. These are goalkeepers who are doing so well in the Division 1 league. The defenders, obviously, Ebenezer Adade, right back, he's got a total of 6 assists this season and one of the outstanding players. I've watched him the last 2 years with Dreams FC, but I believe that he's making good use of his chance this year. Remember Adoma Kumbuaten from Accra Lions? I didn't see much of him from Accra, though he was doing well, but at Ediana FC, he's shown quality. He has 5 assists to his credit. Suleiman Afatao, outstanding. He's doing so well for Mediama.
How old is he now?
He's about 21, 22 years.
So very young. And
very young.
For a long time. Yeah.
Very young. Isaac Afo from Black Stars, we've seen much of him. I remember his days with Aban at the Black Stars level. Ebenezer Aban is part of the squad. No surprise. He's been an outstanding player for Heart of Lions. Ali Mohammed, he's been, for me, one of the experienced players among the defenders because he's captain Ashanti Gold, he's captain Tamale City, he's captain Accra Lions, he's captain Vision FC, and then now it's Heart of Folk. And so in terms of experience and exposure, Ali has got it. Alex Boache has been one player that everybody is talking about. Very experienced centre-back. Then Kevin Osesibe, this is his time. At a point, people have to talk about Kevin Osesibe because they believe
I personally had a conversation with Kassim Mengo. It was off record, asking him about why Kelvin Osesibe was not included in the team that played against South Africa. He gave very interesting, observations about Kelvin. So I am super excited. This time, Kelvin is part of the squad.
Yes, he's improved in terms of performance, and I'm not surprised he's part of the team. The midfield, it looks like a tough battle because if you are to select 3 midfielders to start for you, it will be very difficult. Seydou Sana, box-to-box midfielder, number 8, Echedogli, a defensive midfielder. You look at Mohamed Alidu, he is also a box-to-box central midfielder. Hubert Jehu would play as attacking midfielder in this squad. Then Salim Adams as well, a central midfielder. Suraj Seydou would play as a number 10 in this squad. Then Mishak Ajetesowa, number 8. Then Evans Sokai, new DBRC United. He is a left wing back, so definitely he's going to be added to the defenders. Then you look at the forwards, and for Evans, as a left wing back, he's doing so well for New DBRC United in the Division 1 League, having played 23 matches with about 4 assists and 1 goal scored. You look at the attackers, Kevin Nkrumah, if he's around, I believe that his impact will play a crucial role in the Black Galaxy squad. Augustine Okra, top player, very experienced.
Doesn't need any introduction.
No introduction.
The only player in Ghana to have a stand name after him.
Augustine Okra stand.
Anytime I go to Bichim, I stand there and I'm in awe of that.
Yes, and a discovery Richmond Opoku, having played for Kotoko, he had about few matches, about 3 games at Kotoko. Then at Nswatraman, at a point, the team did not continue playing the league again. But at Young Apostles, Richmond Opoku has shown consistency among the top 5 scorers in the Ghana Premier League. Emmanuel Ano among the top 5 scorers in the Ghana Premier League. You look at Prince Chenebua, Basake Olistas, the winger with the most goals scored in the Ghana Premier League. And then Prince Owusu of Mediema is also one of the top-notch players. He scored a brilliant free kick against Dreams FC in the FA Cup. Samuel Atakumi, for me, the informed striker currently in the Ghana Premier League, having netted 12 goals and the top scorer in the Ghana Premier League. John Entry's experience, and when you have your starting 11 with August Nokra and John Entry starting, then you can talk about experience. Rudolph Junior Mensah, having given the opportunity in Black Galaxy's friendly against South Africa, he played so well, and the best player for Suejo All Blacks. And Albert Amwa, part of the team. You know, I spoke about the Division 1 players, Wisdom Jonas Manina, being part of the team, and then the Port City striker, Kezi Kobla Jr., who is currently a top scorer, 14 goals in 20 matches for Port City, and his side has qualified for the Premier League. I can tell you, one of the brilliant young chaps playing in the Division 1.
So a lot of Division 1 players would also be knocking the door to see if they can enter the squad in subsequent call-out. But Abigail, I mean, 32 players. I'm looking at players like Samuel Atakumi, players like John Entry, Rudolph, all these players that have been called. Is this an opportunity for these players to capture the attention of the new Black Stars head coach, Carlos Queiroz, who may want to give everyone a fresh start to see which players can be included in the squad?
Well, I think that with the squad that we have, a perfect blend of experience and talent that have really shown what they can do this season. And it's good to have mentioned the names that you have. For someone like John Entry, someone will say there's a long time coming or maybe long overdue if we want to use that English, because even when he was in Egypt and doing all the exploits, Ghanaians were calling for his inclusion in our senior national team. But then he took all of that in good stride, came back home. And if we want to talk about Dreams FC, especially in the second round, Dortmund will always thank John Entry, because he believes that he's really poured himself out for the younger ones to really learn from him, and it has been good. Whenever I see him play, you don't really get to see any sign of aging or tiredness in the way he plays together with that young squad. So for me, I am personally happy about his inclusion because of the experience he would give the ones there. And it looks like in every department of this team, it oozes with a lot of wisdom and experience. Look at the goalkeeping department. Felix Che and Solomon Agbasi have seen it on the African continent in the Champions League, in the Confederations Cup. The last time Dreams was there was Agbasi, and he made that name for himself and Dreams FC as well. So if you ask me, I talk about Agbasi, and I do not even want to talk about his time with Hartlepool. I really want to look back at what he did before, even before Hartlepool. So I am not surprised.
But where do you stand with that debate about Benjamin Asare? The others who feel that slot should have been given to a different player, since he's already part of the Black Stars.
He is a local player. It's different if he's in the Black Stars and playing outside the country. We can't overlook him. It also serves as more preparatory time for him.
Okay.
Because we have a major tournament ahead. So if he's there, and he'll be getting a lot more knowledge from whoever is the goalkeeper trainer at Galaxies, I do not see anything wrong with it. He can be there, and even Emmanuel Kubi or maybe Felix Shea will be the number one. That doesn't really change anything. But let's not derail from the fact that he is the local player and you can't take him out.
One other question before I move to Francis. This is a Kassim Mingo team together with this technical, the other backroom staff. The game is going to be played on the 22nd of May. Should we have Carlos Queiroz and his backroom staff being part of this team?
Whether I like it or not, somebody will be there to watch. Not necessarily the head coach. Definitely somebody will be there to watch. You and I would fancy final 26 squad with at least 2 or 3 local players. The last World Cup, that's how Kotoko got money. The lad was there at least. If we have some of these local players there, they might not necessarily go fight for starters or anything, but that exposure, that experience, we would want it. But for the tournament we are going into, definitely one member of the Black Stars backroom staff will be there to watch whatever will happen. And I will not be shocked if one or two, apart from Benjamin Asari, gets to be a part of the final squad.
Francis, you are itching to talk. Let's talk. This is the team that is going to represent Ghana against Mexico. There are players in here who would want to use this opportunity to maybe perhaps justify their inclusion into the Black Stars proper. Do you think the likes of Salim Adams, Sube Jewu, players like Solomon Agbasi, this is the perfect stage for them to make a shout? Because a lot of players have talked about the inclusion of local players. Is this the perfect opportunity for them to seal their place in the Black Stars proper?
Yeah, absolutely. I think is the perfect opportunity for them, because if you look at this team, even with the additional players, it's more than 32.
Yeah.
So for us as a country, if we really want to see the best out of these players, get 2 sets of the Black Stars jerseys, the home jersey and the away jersey. Split the team into 2. Put them at Accra Sports Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Let them have a crack at each other over 90 minutes. Let the big men sit there and do the scouting among the players. Let them know that this is it. Play against each other. Because if you put these players together against a Heart of Lions, against a Kotoko, against a House of Folk, against a Vision, for them to play a friendly match against them, Mutala, you're not going to get the best out of these players.
They'll end up beating them.
They'll end up beating them. So for me, if you really want competition, we've done this before. Prior to the 2010 World Cup, Milovan Raivat, Andre Ayew, and Ajiman Bedu, their squad, he splitted them against Stephen Appiah's side. And you know, in that friendly, the small boys beat the big men.
Yeah,
that was how come the coach had the balls to drop some of the big men for the small boys. So split the teams into 2. Let them play a proper cracker against each other for 90 minutes. So a left back here, a left back there. A right back here, a right back there. Look, if you look at this team, Calvin Nkrumah, Augustine Okra, Richmond Opoku, Emmanuel Ano, Prince Unibwa, Prince Owusu, Samuel Atakumi, John Entry, Rudolph Mensah, Albert Amor, quality stuck in there into that attack.
Yeah, a lot of quality.
If you ask them to play against a weaker opposition, how many of them? About 8, if I'm not mistaken, or even 9. It's about, no, this side is 5-5. That's 10. Quality strikers.
10 attackers.
So for me, if Kasim Minga, what is looking at this show or watching the show, probably it's a suggestion. To me, that's the only way they can get the best out of these players. Because I learned they'll play a friendly match. To me, it's that friendly match will not live up to the hype. You go into
They're
that
playing
match,
against Mexico.
you see, no, that's the match itself. But
Okay,
they said
they will play a friendly game before.
So
before
you
that
look at look at that central midfield. Seydou Sana, one of the finest box-to-box midfielders in the Ghana Premier
But
League.
he's more of a like Salim Adams.
He carries the ball
More
up
like
front. He
Salim
can create
Adams,
more. Echa Dogli, by far the best holding midfielder in the Ghana Premier League. You look at Mohamed Alidu, formerly of Legon Cities.
Yeah.
Even in a struggling Legon Cities team, it was clear that he's one of the finest players. You look at Hubert Jew, someone that can pop up on top of the pitch to come up with absolute pitch,
The only light in the
cracking
bottom
goals
of
on
the
top of the pitch. You understand? Salim Adams needs no introduction. 10 goals involvement this season in the Ghana Premier League from a central midfielder, 9 plus 1 assist. It speaks volumes about his quality. You go out there, look at Suraj Seydou, a rejuvenated player from Hearts of Folk.
Yeah.
In that MTN FA Cup against Mediama in Sweden over last weekend, he simply became one of the best players on the pitch.
Yeah.
The moment he had the byline, so much speed, brimming with so much confidence, pop up with a brilliant goal. So I don't want to break down the squad, but if you look at this, personally, I would love them to share these players into 2 teams, let them play a proper 90 minutes in a competitive game that all of them should know that at the end of the day, we are going to trim the team down, then you can see the proper competition in this team. But for me, Coach Kasim Mingo and the handlers of this team, there's one player in the Ghana Premier League.
Who is that?
Heart of Lions left back, Bismarck Eni Mutala. We've all watched the Ghana Premier League. Bismarck is one of the finest left backs in the Ghana Premier League. I don't know Bismarck. I don't manage Bismarck.
But he's competing against
I'm coming.
Sulemana and
See,
Isaac Afro.
if you can go to Division 1 and recruit players at left backs to join this team, Bismarck deserves a shot. They should give him a trial in this team because it beats my imagination. If Bismarck, Enim in particular, does not have an opportunity to have a stint with this team, because In reality, he's one of the best left backs in the Ghana Premier League. He can play as a left full back, he can play as a left wing back. We've seen him in the big games against Heart of Oak, against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He was by far Heart of Lions' best player on that day. So for me, I feel like that player deserves a look. Maybe sometimes, some of the players they can play, but the coaches, you might go to the blind side, but you need someone to let the coaches know this player is there. And I always feel like Bismarck and him deserves a look into this team. But for me, if you look at this team, by far, this is the best players that you can get in the Ghana Premier League. Look at the goalkeeping department. You have Solomon Agbasi. You speak a lot about Agbasi. He has qualities, his ball distribution. He plays with both feet from the back. You look at Felix Che, had stints with the Black Stars proper, CAF Champions League. So for me, the team is stuck, but I would love to see these boys being splitted into two and play against each other. And I can only wish them the very best of luck.
Well, let's see what happens with this team. They would actually be playing against Mexico on the 22nd of May. That is what we are being told. So Kassim Mingle is currently in camp with the boys, and in the coming weeks, we'll hear a lot from them. But they will break camp and go and join their clubs for the Premier League to continue. But Shaban, is this not going to disrupt, the preparation, especially for Mediema and Baby Any Gold Stars? Because there are about 4 Mediema players in this team.
This is rather going to help them. Because currently, if you look at the squad available, this week, no league fixture. League fixtures will continue next weekend. And so you have the whole of this week to rest. But for the Black Galaxy players, they would have the opportunity to prepare and then also look at what they have. Because usually when you have these players come together, you learn something new. Because Samuel Atakumi is doing well as a striker, but he has the opportunity to learn from August Nokra, who is just John Entry, very experienced players. And so it's positive, rather. But I am also looking at how the coach could even select the best 11 here. Because look, if you look at the right backs, remember has got 6 assists.
So Shaban, let me know. So do you second my suggestion that they should split the team into 2? Well, for them to have a crack at each other.
That's also a good point. They can split the team into 2 because if you are looking at this squad, right back Adade, right back Adomako, left back Suleiman Afatao, left back Isaac Afo, left back Patrick Essiedu. These are top-notch players, and it will be difficult to sell because I'm sure if we are to ask questions about who should start as a left back, everybody would say, some people would say Afo, others would say Fatah Suleiman because he's on top form, and then others would say Patrick Essiedu. Right back, Adade, remember, are top-notch, they are performing. Now, with regards to centre-backs, we have 5 centre-backs here, and there are people who believe that Alex Boache is the best centre-back.
People like Atapoku, make it clear.
Yes,
Atapoku believes that Alex, but I have watched Alex and I feel he's an incredible.
Yes, and his absence.
For his height and his ability to jump in the air, I'm always amazed by that. They call him Agumba. In Doma, that is what they call him.
I know what Abigail wants to say. She was at Swedro.
He was off in
his
that
absence. No, he wasn't part of the squad.
He was injured.
That is why he was absent.
He was injured.
He was injured. He wasn't part of the team.
Yeah.
And at a point, the team
They
needed
didn't him.
Alex Boache.
Yeah.
Because even in the FA Cup, he scored 3 goals as a centre-back. And that makes him incredible. Esibe, people believe that he's top-notch. Ali Mohammed. There is even a debate among Heart of Oak fans as to who is the best between Ali and Kevin Osesibe.
Mohammed, let me help you this. For me, this season, in the Ghana Premier League, the best centre-back in the league is Ali Mohammed. Ali Mohammed basically played about 80% of the matches out of played this season.
Yeah.
They've kept the tightest defensive unit in the league. He never let go of anything. The only time I saw Ali Mohammed made a mistake, which I felt he should have...
against Vision.
Against Vision. He should have fouled the player. But aside that, proper ball carrier as a centre-back. He plays the ball into the feet of the attacking players into central midfield. His ball distribution and his 1v1, the way he has the calmness and the composure, in terms of body stature, he's very diminutive. But area versatility, both in the air, on the ground, by far, one of the finest. You can tell Kevin and Sayasibi, they complement each other very well.
Yeah.
Ebenezer Aban, season about 7-8 seasons in the Ghana Premier League. Heart of Lions main captain.
Yeah.
So for me, to be frank, I would have loved these people, the handlers of the team, split their team into 2.
Definitely, Kassim.
Let's meet at that.
We want to test the quality against
each other.
I remember when the late Anoka assembled the squad. David Nabagna Sandan, Kunedu Yadom, Denis Nkrumah Kosa, Mohamed Al-Hassan, Dalad Ibrahim. I remember when we all thought that it was going to be only Premier League players. Then we saw Evans Osewusu from Division 1.
Tema Youth.
We were all surprised. Where did he get this player? Eventually, he was the best player.
Yeah.
And so let's not also take away the Division 1 players like Ivan Sokai, who have gotten the opportunity. He's a left wing back. Possibly, to your surprise, you will see him starting for the Black Galaxies. And so some of the quality players may not be playing in the GPL. Some of them are in the Division 1. But obviously, these are the key players. I remember those days when Anoka got his team. You have to look at the best. Mohamed Al-Hassan was a top-notch player. Kunedia, but it looks like those days at the Black Galaxies, Hartlepool had numbers in terms of centre-backs. It was Kunedu, it was Mohamed Al-Hassan. This time, they have two again, Ali Mohamed and Kevin Osesibe. Consistently, Hartlepool are producing more centre-backs to the Black Galaxies. And now, they have some goalkeepers. And currently, I can tell you that in the absence of Benjamin Asari, you have no problem with goalkeeping. Even without the Samate, currently, there's no Samate shotstopper here. But even without him and Benjamin Asari, we still don't have problem. Kobe has played in Africa with Gold Stars. Felix J, he was a brilliant goalkeeper when Mediama were playing the Champions League. Agbesi, look, I call him the Spider-Man. I call him the cat. He's a brilliant. But look, there's a particular place we are not basing our arguments on. Look, you can select three players each in midfield. Look, you can take Eche Dogli as a DM. You play Salim Adams, and then you have Mejak. It will work perfectly for you. Now, you can pick Seydou Sana, you can play Alidou, and then you can play Suraj. It will still work perfectly for you. And so, I don't think, and Hubert Jehu as well. So, if you want to play 4-4-2, 3 back, you have quality players.
Stack in quality.
Me personally, I would be very happy if Kasim Menga would do us the honorable thing. Split this team into two. And let's witness a cracking game over 90 minutes.
When you get to their training ground, you witness something like that. So even in attack, they have about 10 players in there, and we are wishing them all the best in camp and wish them all the best against Mexico. Let's move on and talk about the Ghana Premier League with about 5 games to end the season. It's getting to its peak period. We still don't have a clear winner or the direction where the title is heading towards, whether it's in Bibiani or it will be in Takwa for the coronation. We still don't have that idea. We played 29 games, and the issue of Dominic Frimpong has actually halted the league a bit. But as it stands, Mediema are on top with 53 points. Gold Stars are second with 51 points. Then Hartlepool have climbed to third on the table with 46 points. Ediana are now fourth on the table with 45 points. Samatex, they are now fifth with 44. Asante Kotoko have dropped to sit on the table with 43. Then we have Karela, Dreams FC, Baseke, Holy Stars, Heart of Lions all on the table in Ceuta. Vision is occupying 11th. Nations is actually now 12th on the table with Bechem United, Young Apostles, and Swedro All Blacks just above the relegation line. The last 3 teams on the table as it stands, 11 Wonders, they are rock bottom with 10 points. Ho United, Francis Ho United, they say they've pulled out of the league. They have 30 points, and they are actually 17th on the league. Then Brecum Chelsea are 16th with 35 points. So between Ho United, who are 17th, and Bechem United, who are 13th, it's just 7 points. So the decision to pull out sometimes, well, Ho United know what they are actually doing. We will not go into that. But let's talk about the permutations and what could happen. With the last 5 games of the season, Abigail, I'll start with you. Yeah. With the last 5 games of the season, Gold Stars have 2 games that they feel are 6-pointers for them. They will play Ho United.
I wonder.
So it's 3 points for them. Ho has pulled out. And on the final day, they have a game against 11 Wonders. But their next game could actually be a season-defining game against Mediema.
Yeah.
Should they concentrate on that game, or they should concentrate on other games, especially knowing that the Takwa TNA is a difficult ground to play in?
I think that with Mediema's exits from the FA Cup now, it has become more difficult for BBN Gold Stars when they think about that season decider. I do agree with you. I remember I mentioned after match day 29 that, look, we can talk about every other game, but that Mediama Gold Stars game, it was what will let us know whoever needs to pick up that trophy. And I spoke to Tanko after that game against Dreams FC, and I was like, no, look, the pathway to Africa is so not blocked. There's only one way now.
It's so very clear.
And that is the only way they have to move on if they really want to get into Africa. And I know about him, Tanko. Of course, you fancy the world or like the continent getting to know what he's made of. Remember, this is one manager. A lot of people were complaining that he only does national teams. He should pick clubs and let's see. And then he started with the Accra Lions. And so this is a very good opportunity for him to at least make a bold statement for himself. When one day it happens that we are giving him another national team, then it means he's now ticked all the boxes. And so I do believe that game is something Marcus Shemedo will really think about.
But who has the easier run? Now, the last 5 games of both teams on the screens now,
there's nothing easy
for Mediama, they will play Bekum Chelsea away from home. Then they face Gold Stars at home. Baseke Holy Stars away from home. They play Heart of Folk at home. Heart of Lions at home. Then their final game of the season will be against Heart of Folk at either the Accra Sports Stadium or the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. I do not know as it stands. For Baby Gold Stars, they will play Samatex at home. Then they face Mediama away from home. They play Ho United, who have already pulled out of the league. So 3 points for Gold Stars. Then they face Dreams FC away from home and 11 Wonders at home. Abigail, who has the easier round?
None of them look easy, but I would want to talk about maybe Mediama. If you look at Gold Stars, you might, the 6 points you mentioned, they do have it. But Dreams FC have become a tricky, very sleepy side to play. And I don't know what they do in their second round of every other season. They have the best.
They can easily snatch a draw against
They can, and they will really mar your waters. Samatex at home, clearly they would also want to at least salvage a point. They've not really done well on the road themselves. It's not looking easy for BBN Gold Stars. And that Bekum Chelsea game, if it had happened, I would really want to see how they would have played, because Bekum Chelsea leadership and even the fans have said that there is no way player for player Mediama are better than them. And I asked them, who are they presenting? A side that they have literally sold to the best.
No, but their captain feels that the only way for them to atone somehow for the death of Dominic is by staying up, because they don't want his death to be in vain if they are relegated. So they're going to put everything in their remaining games.
It's unfortunate maybe they picked the wrong side at this point in time to play against Mediama away. Yes, you can talk about Tanko having some rough patches on the road. Some games you would have thought that, no, this should have gone for Mediama, and it goes the other way. But I feel that with now, like I mentioned earlier, it is a concentration with it they are going into the last 5 games, knowing that this is the only way out if you really want to win something and get into that African competition. Maybe any Gold Stars, like we have mentioned, will be that decider. But secondly, Stars at home this season, they have also been a very
I don't know what they
side.
do at home.
But it is difficult.
Extremely difficult to play them at home.
But it looks like maybe they'll be able to take a point. And playing Heart of Lions at home and the Sako and Aboso. Come on, like don't smile at me. But
but I don't know why Francis is smiling.
You know that this your Lions. Dumso is even better. We can't even predict Heart of Lions this season, and it's killing, because how they started this season, one would have thought they should be the ones rubbing shoulders with.
Actually, Mediama fan told me that amongst the 5 games that they are going to play, Heart to Folk is the easiest. I asked why. I said, anyone you're sure more 5. You're sure more 5 in Brevino.
You know, I feel so too. There's this love frenzy camaraderie between a big brother and a small brother. But it comes to show. It's part of it. But I feel that somebody also said, somebody also said that if Heart of Folk is going to be the reason Mediama will not win a league, maybe they will not want to do it.
Boss, I beg, let's look at the next 5 games.
I'm not your boss.
Francis, which of these teams have a more difficult, run-in?
Well, if you look at this, trust me, with my experience in the Ghana Premier League, on paper, you think competitively, it's Mediama. But in reality,
But on slate or on board or what?
in reality, live in play, it's gonna be for Gold Stars.
Why? Because they are playing Samatex. They have
Samatex
Hoho
away
United.
at the Incentre Sports Stadium. They only lost one game.
No, they are playing Samatex at home.
at
the
home.
dance park.
Okay, at the dance park. So at the dance park, they always find a way
To score.
to unlock you and score and beat you.
But
without
they've played,
forcing goal.
I think, one draw there this season.
Yeah, against Mediema in a midweek game. That was the only game they drew there. But for me, that epic showdown on match day 31 in Takwa, forget about any other thing. These teams have a way of playing their matches in the Ghana Premier League. How they psych the players and pump the players to attack those games is a different thing. But Mutala, this is more than just a 6-pointer for the two teams. Match week 31, direct 6-pointer, win that game, and that determines the destination of the Ghana Premier League, the 2025-2026 League crown. The entire country will be locked down. Every single journalist will be in Takwa for this game because you can't ask for a bigger game like this. Reminds me of about is it 2020? House of Folk won the league where they beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko at Accra Sports Stadium. Keti Efuye Bani.
That one,
that was on match week 31. Shaban, am I right?
Yeah, that one.
The moment House of Folk beat Kotoko, that was it. Game, set, and done.
So you feel whoever wins
that game on match week 31 will win the Ghana Premier League
next week.
Which is next week. If you look at both teams, they have a way to finish the season. The season they won the league, which is Mediema. We saw how they finished the league, putting House of Folk to the sword at Accra Sports Stadium in a ruthless fashion, putting 5 past them. Hot afternoon, the Phobians couldn't even breathe. They huff and puff, but they had no breathing space over the course of it. But for me, the Biani Gold Stars, they have the top marksman in the division, the most leader striker in Atakumi. For him, in him, they have someone that they can identify with. In games that are so tough, we saw him at the Kpando Sports Stadium. He popped up with a brilliant goal to beat Heart of Lions. That was when they started believing that they can have a proper crack at the Ghana Premier League table. For me, this season, I think the most underrated team in the division happens to be the defending champions, Gold Stars. In the midst of all these things, most of the pundits never even give them a dog chance to be here where they are currently with 4 or 5 matches to end the season. But they came through the back door, shocked everybody, shut down some loud mouths, and here we are, giving Mediema a tough run for their money. In March week 16-17, we thought Mediema has wrapped up this league because Mediema went about 15 games undefeated.
Yeah.
But until they started feeling like, this is it, we've wrapped it up. You've not wrapped it up. They bottled the 8-point gap, and now they are feeling the heat in the mini league. So for me, Coach Ibrahim Tanko, last weekend we had a clue in Swedro in the MTN FA Cup. He rotated his entire squad, dropped all the regulars. He didn't even travel with them to Swedro. Salim wasn't there, Fuzi Taylor wasn't there, Manuel Mante wasn't. So if you look at the team, Felix Che was relegated somewhere else. So for me, it's clear that they want to have a proper crack at the Ghana Premier League crown itself so that they can play in the CAF Champions League. So that game will be the ultimate game. It will be the championship decider for the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League season.
Let me go to Shaban. Shaban, with 5 games to go, what does history tell us about, the last running, especially with 5 games to go, 6 games to go? What is the history saying?
Well, so I've listened to everyone. We are going to do mathematics here. And I believe that just after Mass, we should be able to conclude on who is winning the Ghana Premier League. But Blackgate summed it all. This next week's Sunday fixture is a decider. If Mediema wins that fixture, 56 points, it is going to be 5 points gap. That is it.
But Gold Stars will be smiling, knowing they have Hoho United
when
to
it
play.
becomes 5 points gap, it is difficult.
Why are you saying that? Explain to me.
We are going to do the math. You are going to understand. Now, so that game is very crucial for the Bieni Gold Stars. They have to, at all costs, make sure Mediema drops points. If it ends in their draw, it is still open. But for Mediema winning 5 points gap, psychologically, it changes the narrative of the game. But don't forget that when Blackgate was making his submission, he spoke about pundits not even putting Gold Stars in the chance of winning the Premier League. Why? Because the last time a team who is not Heart and Kotoko won the Premier League and defended was way back in 1997. That was Ashanti Gold. 96, 94, 95, 96. Then from there, Heart of Folk won until 2002. Then Kotoko was the last club to win the Premier League and defend the league title. And that was from 2012, 2013, 2014. Before
And
2015,
was it Masoud
Didi Dramani and Kunedu all worked out. So since then, it's been tough for every coach to win the league and defend. And over the last 10 years, it's been tough. Kotoko is the last club to do that. And the last club to win the league back to back to back. And so that is the reason why people are not seeing much of Gold Stars win the league title. But hey, they are doing something right this time around, being able to sign some good players. They brought in Burkinabe, Razak Sano, who is playing alongside Samuel Atakumi, doing a lot of work for them up front. Now, this is it. We have 5 matches to go, which is 15 points. Now, we are going to do the calculation. Midiama is playing 2 at home, 3 away. Gold Stars is playing 3 at home, 2 away. And we know the records of Gold Stars. 14 matches played at home. They've won 12, drawn 2, and all the draws has been against top 2 teams. That is Kotoko and Midiama Sporting Club, all ending goalless draw. So obviously, we believe that the remaining 3 matches are going to go in their favor. Now, let's add 3.9 points to Gold Stars. That is 60. All the 3 matches that they are going to play at home, we are giving all the points to them, 60. Now, for Midiama, they are playing 2 matches at home. We are going to give them all the 2 matches. But however, they are playing against a side who is competing for the title. It means that they have to, at all costs, win that fixture, or the 60 points that Gold Stars are going to get at the end of the season, that is the last 3 home games, is also going to affect them. So we give them 6 points. 6 plus 53. We go 59. So it means that Midiama will be lacking 1 more points. And so one factor, we are going to have winner of the league amassing more than 60 points. And this is going to be the second time we are having a league in the since we moved from 16 to 18 Premier League, that we are going to have first 2 teams having more than 60 points. Last season it happened. Gold Stars won with a total of 63. Then Heart of Lions came second. So let's take note. Now, it means that Midiama would at all costs have to pick points against Baseke, Holy Stars, and Heart of Oak. Baseke and Heart of Oak. Now let's look at the position of Baseke. Baseke have 40 points. Don't forget that with 40 points, it means that the position of Baseke can make the game tough or easy. Because where you are at the crucial time determines what you go into the game with. If Baseke are battling relegation at that crucial time, it is going to be a different story. If they are safe at that crucial time, it is also going to be a different story. As it stands now, if Midiama is playing Baseke, they can go all out and pick a point. Again, Midiama would have to go to Brekum and pick a point against Brekum Chelsea. And that is also a crucial game. Then the last one against Heart of Oak. So with 59 points, it means that Midiama would have to win 2 more games away. 2 more games away to be league winners. Either beat Baseke, Brekum Chelsea, or beat Heart of Oak, Brekum Chelsea, or beat Baseke, Heart of Oak. They need that 2 games because Gold Stars also have a guarantee of winning 1 of their remaining away games. So possibly we could have 64-62, 64-63, 61-60, possibly winning the league because we know that the remaining home points are going to go in favor of all the teams. And so, look, if Midiama drops points against Gold Stars next week, Gold Stars...
It looks like that game
it's a do and die for Midiama. No, it's not for Gold Stars.
Where the title will be.
It is not a do and die for Gold Stars. It's a do and die for Midiama. For Gold Stars, if they draw that game, that is it. They have their 9 points at home. And that gives them 60
The 9-1 is against Hoho United.
Yes, and 11 Wonders.
11 Wonders who have already been relegated.
And Samatex.
And Samatex at home.
At home. That's it.
But Samatex can be tough customers.
Well, depending on the records, no team, no big team, even in the top 4 have beaten Gold Stars. So you look at the position of Samatex. And in fact, even the first 4 teams have failed to beat them. How can Gold Stars?
Let's see what would happen, but there's one subject that we need to touch on before we go. Asante Kotoko.
Well,
Asante Kotoko are not winning the league.
Okuma Pima.
I remember.
Prince Yausu, who was their interim head coach, admitted that their title hopes had extinguished. Now, Kotoko have made a public statement that Prince Yausu has stepped down from his role as interim manager. Hams Obeng is coming in. Do you think Asante Kotoko should have gone for a permanent manager to see how the last 5 games rebuild the team for next season?
I think Asante Kotoko shouldn't have sacked Abdul Karim Zito.
Yeah.
The chronicles of what have happened
Almost everyone keeps saying
shows that emotions were high at stake. There was no planning into what will happen if Zito exits. If we are going to have something near his quality, I'm sorry, because we have not seen anything but the quality Abdul Karim Zito gave them after he left. Impatience, emotions, clouded whatever judgment or whatever.
Do you think the
reason.
pressure from the fans played a part in there?
Pressure from fans have always played a role in Asante Kotoko and how to go decision making. And I think that sometimes they would have to stand their ground and see certain decisions out to the very end, irrespective of what their fans say. Sometimes maybe both clubs, because they do these things, they should be bold enough to even forget about the fans if they decide not to come and rather see it to the end, and maybe Zito gets closer or even win the trophy, and then you the fans, would you stay at home?
You think their fortunes would have been different with Zito in charge?
Absolutely. Clearly, because what Prince did, there's no way Abdul Karim Zito
Prince won 2 games out of the 8
I don't think, I sit here and I believe in the quality of Zito so much that I don't think he'll go to Takwa and concede 4 goals.
Yeah.
No. He could have lost that game, granted, but to concede 4 goals, no. It wouldn't have happened.
Blackgate, it's so for the first time, I've not really, maybe Shaban will take us through down memory lane, but this is the first time I'm hearing Asante Kotoko using a third manager
In a single season.
In a single season.
See, Mutala, sometimes, with all due respect to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Kotoko is a big club. Kotoko is a huge club. In terms of history, in terms of pedigree, on the African continent and locally in the Ghana Premier League, by far, the top 2 best in the country. If not first, second. Because they are on par with Accra Hearts of Oak in terms of their internal rivalry in the Ghana Premier League. For a club like Kumasi Asante Kotoko to run on interim management for more than a season speaks about how they are managing the club.
Now they have a board in place.
In her earlier submission, she spoke about emotions being high. Football is a mixture of emotions and then you not involving your emotions. At the end of the day, if you use emotions to make decisions, hardcore decisions, you will get it wrong. And for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, the way they managed their affairs this have been shambolic. They could have been doing better. Because this is a club that other teams in the Ghana Premier League look up to as example.
They're a model club.
Of point of distance to be able to identify with. In as much as you chastise Herbert, the former CEO, the one with the rugby now, his full name, Herbert Mensah. We saw his blueprint on Kumasi Asante Kotoko. After that, we saw Dr. Kwame Chey. He took them to Africa into the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup. We saw Nana Amponsa, Etuga, and Mbela. When they came, they won them the league. For me, if you look at this Kumasi Asante Kotoko team, I feel like there's so much in-house fighting. And the only one that they ended up sacrificing recklessly was the manager. The manager saw the tension. He felt it. And he realized that this environment is too toxic for me. If they want me to exit, Karim Zito exited Kumasi Asante Kotoko without feeling anything.
He wasn't sacked. He resigned.
He exited himself. And when you speak to him, he's not bitter. He feels like me leaving gives me peace of mind. I just have to walk away from this environment. But for me, for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, going forward, they have to put their house in order. Before this season, we were just patting ourselves at the back and doing the wrong thing. Based on the fact that Kumasi Asante Kotoko won the FA Cup last season against Golden Kick in a game that the referee cooked the penalty for them to win in stoppage time. Fine, they won the cup. Then in the Toyota Cup against Kaizer Chiefs, they went to South Africa to win. So quote in quote, we got one in Ghana, got one outside the shores of Ghana. Then they came into the Gaka Top 4 competition. That was the real blueprint. to give them a precursor to what they should expect in the season, Kotoko for the very first time in this competition never won a single game in the top 4 competition. They were conceding, they were not scoring. So you look at the team, you look at it right from there, they never got things right. So for me, whatever happened to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they deserve it. But it's a big club, it's a club we respect. They should get things right and come back again. Because when Kotoko is playing well in the Ghana Premier League, they light up the league and take the enthusiasm in the league to the next level. Yeah. We would love to see Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko next season bring in so much good players, confidence, so that at the end of the day, we have a better competition in the Ghana Premier League.
Shaban, briefly on Hamza being taking charge of Asante Kotoko. It looks like Kotoko's season has been a very, very tough one. 3 managers started with Zito. Prince also came in, and the final nail in his coffin was Mediema and Tankus actually booting him out of Asante Kotoko. Now Hamza takes charge of the team. 5 games to go. So
you spoke about the last time it happened, 2020-21 it happened. After match day 3, Anawakes Great Olympics beat Asante Kotoko, and Maxwell Kunedu at Accra Sports Stadium just after the game. I remember that goal was scored by Michael Yaboa. Then Kotoko decided to part ways with coach Maxwell Kunedu. Then Abdullahi Gazeli had to play some of the games. Then they brought in Mariano Barreto, who came to complete the season for Asante Kotoko. And so that specific season, Kotoko used Teriga first in 2021-22. Dr. Prosper Nategum after the success with Wafa, finishing 3rd place in the 2020-21, beating Hearts of Oak in the final game, which also serves as a coronation. Was also in charge for the 2021. He played the entire season. Then the 2022-23, they brought in Seydou Zebo, and he didn't finish the season.
Burkinabe.
Yeah, the Burkinabe Gaffer. He didn't finish. At a point, he has to go back to Burkina. Yeah. He didn't finish the season. Then Doctor again took over in the 2023-24, played the entire season, beat out of Oak back-to-back. 2024-25, at a point last season, he has to leave for Abdul Karim Zito to take over. I remember his last game against Nations FC. That was his final fixture. After that fixture, he decided to leave. Then Karim Zito did extremely well. At a point this season, the results were not coming, and he has to also leave for Prince Owusu, who has also managed in the Premier League. He's been a coach of Oko United. At a point, even with Vision FC in the Division 1 League, he was the gaffer, very experienced gaffer. And he decided also to. I remember in his last game, I was anxiously waiting for the post-match. I was thinking about what you were going to ask him because
myself, I didn't even know what to ask him.
4-0 defeat, and so Hamza Obin, he's been a top coach, assistant coach to Hearts of Oak. He's gained some experience from Samuel Boydu and then other coaches. I believe that he's going to learn more and also perform well in the last 5 matches, possibly. Maybe, I'm sure head coach is coming, per the information I've gathered.
Yeah. They said the Kotoko released a statement that they are working actively to bring in a substantive
No, they said a competent coach.
I hope they will not bring Mariano back.
But everyone who has come to Kotoko
who was redundant for about
used to be competent before they came. So let's see what happens with Asante Kotoko. But let's go back to the last 5 fixtures of Bibiani Gold Stars and Mediema. We are going to do a little exercise before we close. Since today we are not talking about the fixtures, we'll do that next week. But I want to ask you how many points you feel, or which games you feel these teams can win, and how many points they amass in the
exercise with Black.
Yes, no, I'll start with Abigail. Abigail, I mean, Mediema Bekum Chelsea. How would that end?
Mediema Bekum Chelsea. Mediema win.
Mediema Gold Stars.
Please let her know it's an away fixture.
Yeah, she knows.
I know it's an away fixture. Bekum Chelsea are Golden City.
Yeah.
No, they can't play against
no problem. Mediema Gold Stars.
Not even the second string that played the FA Cup. They can't.
Okay. So Mediema Gold Stars.
1-0 win Mediema.
Mediema Basaka Only Stars away.
1-1.
Mediema Heart of Lions home.
2-0.
Mediema Heart of Oak away.
1-0.
Even before Abigail's last game, you never had won the league.
Blackgate, Gold Stars Samatex at home.
No, I wanted to take the Mediema.
Go back to that, but Gold Stars Samatex at home.
Gold Stars win.
Gold Stars Mediema.
3 points.
Gold Stars Mediema away. Mediema win at home.
Okay, Mediema Gold Stars Ahoy is already a 3 pointer.
6 points.
Gold Stars Dreams FC away.
Dreams FC home win.
Then Gold Stars 11 Wonders.
Gold Stars win.
With the 5 matches that Mediema have, how many points? It's 15 points. How many points do you think they can pick from there?
Gold Stars will pick 12 points.
12.
They will lose against Brecum Chelsea at the Golden City Park. They will beat... Mediema will lose against Brecum Chelsea at the Golden City Park.
Okay, let's
They'll beat Gold Stars in Takwa. They'll beat Basake Holy Stars away in Appian AA. Heart of Lions, they'll beat Heart of Lions. They'll beat Accra as of in Accra.
Shaban, let's finish off with you. Gold Stars, Samatex.
Gold Stars, Samatex. Gold Stars win 3 points.
Gold Stars, Mediema.
Away defeat 3 points only.
Gold Stars, Dreams FC away from home.
Dreams FC win 3 points.
Gold Stars, 11 Wonders.
Gold Stars.
So how many points are they picking from
They are picking a possible 6.
6 points.
Yeah, they are picking 9. Samatex, Hohoi, and 11.
9 points.
9 points.
Then let's come to Mediema. Mediema, Brecum Chelsea away from home.
Draw.
Mediema, Gold Stars at home.
Win 4 points.
Mediema, Baseke Holy Stars.
Draw 5 points.
Mediema, Heart of Lions.
Win 8 points.
Mediema, Heart of Oak.
Win.
So from what you are
points.
saying, it looks like Mediema may run away with this.
Mediema, if they beat Gold Stars, they win the league.
So it would be a crucial one in Takwa. That would be match day 31 before they play a midweek game. That is match day 30. So it's a very, very big game. And from what I am hearing, that game will be live on TV3 and on Nia TV. Maybe any Gold Stars. It takes me back to the good old days where Kotoko and Haas have to decide the title between them with one game. And that is what we are going to witness on that day. I'm sure the people of Takwa, what I saw against Asante Kotoko, I might see double of that. They would come in their numbers trying to win this game because they know it's a crucial one. But this is where we call it a wrap with today's episode of the GPL Build-Up Show. Thanks to my colleagues, Shaban Mohammed, who is a resident analyst, Francis Aboibo Blackgate, who is affiliated to Hoho United, who were supposed to play Gold Stars, but they say they won't play because they've pulled out of the league. And it means that Gold Stars are getting 3 points. And my sister, Abigail Sena Sosu, for doing us the honors and always being here to analyze things. My name is Mutala Yakubu. No league games are this weekend. But what I can say is that we say commiseration to the family of Dominic Frimpong. We sympathize with them and the entire Brecum Chelsea and Adriana fraternity as well. We know it's a painful loss. But for Carlos Queiroz, we wish him all the best.